Listen, internets, we got a special episode lined up for you.
Wow.
This week.
Wow.
You already hear him. We had part 2 last year, and shit caused fucking ripples.
We're going major.
We're going major right now. We are right now in the building, occupying Hot 97 again with none other than Ebro Darden in the building. What's up, man?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man.
I want to say I am pleased to be here to hear you address your audience with regard to their participation in surveys and things that enable content, entertainment that they love to continue to be distributed.
Right.
Because that is the crux of many of the issues, which is why your favorite radio stations are not even here today sometimes.
Right.
And or something like Hot 97, where we have to broaden our audience because the young black and Spanish hip-hop fan does not participate in Nielsen surveys at the rates of other audiences.
Do you speak to them and engage them?
It's not something that we get on the air and talk about.
Right.
Because there are a lot of people who do participate, so I don't want to alienate those people.
Right.
But understand that the reason you see black radio around the country, it's not just a New York phenomenon, falling by the wayside, falling behind, getting syndicated content, which is putting people out of work, is because not only the Clear Channel Walmart monster that has taken over the world of radio, but also just because the advertiser and the person rating radio, Nielsen, now used to be on Arbitron. Nielsen just bought Arbitron. It may get better, who knows, has a hard time tracking down young people to participate in these surveys. So that is a reason why many people run to the internet now for their content. But on the other side, shows like yours, Pandora, iHeartRadio, even satellite radio, they are not meeting their quarterly earnings reports because people either aren't participating, the advertiser doesn't want to pay for the content, or the rights and licensing fees are so high that the business models are bad.
Right.
So you're going to see a lot of changes over the next 2-3 years. I think Clear Channel, iHeartRadio loses $50 million a year on iHeartRadio.
Right.
Not on over-the-air property, but on streaming.
Right.
Now, it sounds massive and sounds big in a concert.
And they dumped a lot of money into
their whole company is riding on that because
Right.
I think the plan was to build a brand that they could then sell separately from their radio properties to pay off the loan, which I think their loan is at $20 billion that they still owe the banks because Clear Channel is owned by a bank.
Right.
That's why you see so much syndication and downsizing is because they, instead of paying people to work, they just duplicate the same shows around the country, and that less
salary money goes to interest for the bank.
Exactly, and there's less medical costs, there's less overhead. So
I'm troubled by the fact that black radio keeps getting chopped down because black people, it's not like they're not consuming.
Yeah, but are they participating in the ratings?
Are they engaged?
Well, no. You have to opt in. You are asked by a company, Nielsen, to opt in to participate. And then when you opt in, there's parameters of how you have to, what do they call it, be compliant, right?
Why has it always got to be this kind of crazy catch?
Well, because
why do we got to put on these slave chains?
Listen, it's capitalism, my brother.
Capitalism, homeboy.
It's almost like voting. Like people don't want to go vote. It's almost like going to the doctor.
It's everything.
We don't want to go,
It's all of it. It's all of it. All of it. You can't. This is America, people.
So you can't be a passive consumer.
You can be. You just can't be a. You can't be a non-active participant in the content that you love. Mm-hmm. Why do you think there was so much amazement and surprise at the performance of Best Man Holiday? Why do you think USA Today and...
Because they weren't expecting it.
Because we don't normally... Now, when you look at black film, when you look at the Medeas and you look at any of these films with predominantly black actors, they tend to perform well.
Right.
But when they go out to research to find out if, as a business, as a movie company, should we put our money towards this, and is the art, they can't get the information back from our communities. Right. So they don't know whether or not they should make the investment. So if you're running a business and I can't get the information I need to know if I should invest in you because you ain't talking, you ain't picking up your phone, you're not participating in radio.
We're not into snitching, Ebro.
But have you okay.
Listen, I don't run the rating survey. I'm just telling you what they go through.
How did we get so serious so quickly?
Listen, let's get to the
How did we jump to this shit right here?
Let's get to
we
the
didn't
real.
even talk about how you doing. It's been a long time seeing you.
This is how I'm doing.
We didn't shake hands.
This is my everyday.
Yo, the problem is you too goddamn smart, bro.
No, this is my everyday.
You too goddamn smart. You know that?
G,
this is a smart, fancy Negro Dallas.
Yeah.
Listen.
You know that, right?
This one of the smart dudes they put in a hoodie and a snapback to confuse you.
No, this is my uniform. My other uniform is khakis and a polo. Mm-hmm. That's the uniform. But I just wear this to hang out with y'all.
Right.
Oh, okay. So this is the language you're using with us.
Nah, this is just my costume for y'all.
Okay. I feel a little let down then. I want to see khakis.
Listen, it's like the moment. It's like the moment you saw KRS-One in that Sprite commercial. Remember how you felt?
Oh, so you saying I'm gonna lose my respect for you when I see you in khakis with no socks on?
Just don't be wearing that smock. Just don't be wearing that smock that KRS is wearing these days. Because I don't know who that nigga is today.
Yo, leave my brother alone, man.
Yo, he got to leave that smock alone.
Nah,
KRS,
man, come on,
put the
man.
smock down, my G.
Man.
Yo, man. Ebro, man,
Yes,
it's been a long time since we've seen you, man, and a lot has happened, man. You are now at the forefront. You know, you're in front of the microphone, man. You're a personality.
Yes.
You know, how is that happening? Like, traditionally, people are not accustomed to the programming director of a powerful radio station like Hot 97 being on the microphone, being on the billboards as I cross Manhattan Bridge.
Man. I mean, I was on the air my entire life. I've been on the air since 1990, Sacramento, Portland, now New York. I was on with Miss Jones. I was on with Envy. I was up here when Joe Button was hosting. I was up here doing Smackfest in 04, early
started
internet.
Smackfest.
Started all that wildness.
Right.
So being on air is something I've always done. I think where we are in hip hop and in radio and in just everything is a world where you see the behind the scenes people who make the decisions. People want to know more about them and they want to hear about them and they kind of want to feel like they want to know how the sausage is made, and they also want to know how it tastes good.
Pause on knowing how your sausage is made. I'm sorry, Ebro. I
think that was egregious.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Was thirsty.
Because whoever wants to know how your sausage is being made, it should be a pause.
Isn't that an Italian?
I mean, even
that's what I'm always concerned about.
Even the guineas.
That was a thirsty.
Even the guineas should be paused on the sausage. Okay.
So anyway, man, getting back to your point.
So nonetheless, I think we entered a zone where there was a level of transparency that we thought we could bring to the audience and a level of entertainment. I think also, just my involvement with Cypher Rosenberg and putting them together and formulating that show and building it to what it was, and then seeing, the Breakfast Club start to make some hay, and then us being like, yo, we got to ratchet this thing up again.
Right.
So say you had an emotional and financial investment
strategic
in the success of.
Well, no, the entire station.
Mm-hmm.
I have an emotional. I mean, I own stock in the company, so if the revenues are doing well, my stock does better.
Dig it.
Right? If the ratings are doing well, the revenues are doing well.
I don't hear you on Flex show.
Yeah, because that's Flex has got his thing under control.
So basically, you were saying they needed you to come in and give them a shot.
Yeah, I think it needed a new and Flex's show is a different thing. It's a music show.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily a content comedy.
Personality kind of.
I mean, it's personality, but it's a DJ. Right, it's all that, right? Angie does her interview.
Right.
And then Enough mixes. A morning program is elements, people, you know what I mean? Phone calls. There's a lot going on every 15 minutes. So it's just a more dynamic.
Yes, indeed.
Type of show.
But what I noticed, man, is when you first got on the mic, man, there was kind of like a general sense of pushback. But it seems like right now that people are actually applauding you and accepting you.
Well, I think there's always pushback with change.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's always pushback with someone who, I'm not really like I guess I wouldn't call myself too humble.
Right.
I talk a lot of shit.
No.
Right.
You?
Yeah, I talk a lot of shit, and I know that rubs people the wrong way, but I just want them to feel some type of way,
right.
as the song says.
But I would say it's more confidence. You know, I mean, honestly, I mean, I listen a lot. I do a lot of work at night and early.
Right now?
No, he's not.
That's what I just want to make sure.
First of all, anybody who listens to the show, no, hold on. That you could probably do that once in a while.
No, don't worry about it.
But hold up.
Pete listens to Hot. Combat
Ebro, I'm gonna be. Listen, I don't want you to. I'm a B-Dot. I want you to come at me.
No, Combat. I don't know if your listeners though. Combat listens to 105 because he has to support Angela.
I don't listen no more.
His wife will smack the shit out.
Easy.
That's that
now
blazing
personal. No, I listen to every station.
Stop
B.
it, my G.
I listen to Hot.
Stop.
I listen to Pow. You don't see me tweeting you when y'all talking about shit.
Stop it,
I listen to Howard Stern. I listen
lying.
to Sirius.
He's lying.
I listen to every. I'm in the car 3 hours a day every morning, man. Don't insult me on your territory.
My Libyan brother.
Don't insult me. Now I gotta
brother.
tell you, man, you're real strategic, man. Like you always have us up in this room with the banner down and shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever come to our territory and break bread. Like this shit is strategic, right? It's intentional, right?
Listen, absolutely.
Okay.
This guy is smart. What do you think? He's not smart?
We ain't got nowhere we're recording right now, though.
Yo, man, what do you think about this this issue right now, the hot issue with New York falling off and other territories running?
I mean, we ran
New
with
York,
this, though. Didn't we get into this?
Well, we talked more about the majors and the minors. We
right,
talked
but
about
that was a part of, all of this is a part of
It was a part of it, but it's kind of resurfaced again, you know, primarily because of Trinidad James's bullshit and the whole nine.
Yeah, but, you know, I think it's, listen, first, I would love everyone to give Trinidad James a big thank you. Because here's the thing, it's like when you fight with your brother.
Right.
Okay? You can fight with your brother. But when somebody from the outside comes in and makes a comment on your family, now y'all side by side.
Right.
And I'm hoping that that's what that did, is that now cats will want to work together to better the city and better the music scene, right? I honestly believe that Trinidad is a real hip hop fan. He's not that good, but
he's not that good.
Yeah, but
passionate.
I think he has great ideas. Right. I think he has great concepts.
There's some intelligence going on
there. I actually think he has a good song selection, like an ear for what's gonna work.
He has this producer type of
he does have qualities. I think that you know, and I think he did that because he knew what he was doing. I told everybody he was trolling from the jump, and he wanted a reaction. I also know, and look, he got a lot of money really fast, and he needs to figure out a way to keep his fire hot.
Right.
And the guy that signed him to the record deal at Def Jam is no longer at the label.
So there's no more of that support.
And so, the person who took the risk on him isn't there, and now he needs hits. He got to roll out hits. And Def Jam is an environment right now, if you don't know, or if you know, I don't know how much they're talking about it, but look at some of your favorite rappers that are signed there whose albums ain't coming out. Even Ross' album got pushed back, or Jeezy was complaining, right? We waiting on Fab's album. Where's Jadakiss' album? Right. And the way, from what I understand, the way they're running their business is, look, we give you a certain amount of money to record an album. You turn that album in, we promote the single.
Even the stuff that Def Jam is getting out, they're not really getting behind it fully. I mean, they didn't get behind that Pusha T album.
I mean, I saw them do a lot of promo. I don't know to what degree it was good or bad, but in my world, there was a lot of promotional items and a lot of video promo and convo. And
I think they did do a lot. I think Def Jam.
You can turn the mic. Yeah.
I think Def Jam really did get behind that album.
With the Pusha T album?
Yeah, I think so.
You don't think they just dropped it out of the universe?
I think it was a thing where, how long were they going to sit on it for?
Well, and also you got to realize this. Like I personally, you know, talking to Pusha even a year ago, remember the song "Feeling Myself"?
Yeah.
Then the song, what was the song where he was supposedly getting that Wayne and them on it? Where it has, what was the dope?
With the helicopters, the video with the
yeah. That shit was dope, right? So that's 2 records.
Right.
I don't know if they made the album or not. And then you had the Chris Brown record. That's a big song.
It's a big record.
I mean, you would think so.
Yeah. Do you get tired of this argument though about about New York?
Never.
Like this being the epicenter of hip hop.
Nah,
like Hot 97.
I get tired of the argument because does that even matter anymore?
Well,
it matter?
It matters to some people.
Yeah.
Does a region or a city matter anymore?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't look at it like that. But I think that it does matter that there is a local arts scene.
Right.
Okay.
I think that helps any city.
Right.
Like whether it's It's just art, like whether that's fashion, whether that's
culture,
any culture, local culture scene. I think that that's important to tell the story of and the experience of what those people are going through in that region. So I think there is value to it. I just think that I don't get tired of people being passionate about something they love. I'm actually energized when I see people really ready to speak up and go after something they love.
Smack
I think
cats.
Yeah, whatever.
What
you know what I mean? However they I want to see all that, but I just don't think people are really smart enough to have any recourse or figure out a way to conclude the conversation.
Well, we spoke off air, man, and one of the things that you were saying, man, is if you look at the conditions in New York is a completely different New York than it was 10 years ago. In terms of, like, there's no night scene, like no club scene to really. I want to talk about that, man, like your observations in terms of why.
I think that, when you and I spoke, I've been trying to really understand what's different about New York today than it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, that made the music scene either great or bad or fall off. And I think that a number of factors that we don't necessarily really pay attention to. There is no common place where hip hop goes and hangs out and has an experience together.
There's no tunnel.
Right, or rooftop or red zone or
Soul Kitchen or whatever.
Whatever. There's no
and a multitude of those, not just one spot, but a multitude.
Yeah, but there's not even a one.
Because if there's one, motherfuckers is getting killed.
Right, everybody can't go to the same.
It's just getting killed. Yeah,
and everybody can't fit in Sutra.
Unfortunately.
So I think that that's a big factor because even with what Blaze is doing, right, when you go out and do them big festivals and the EDMs and all the shit you're doing, you're, as a consumer, walking into an experience. Right? And hip hop in New York doesn't have that experience.
Right. So we're getting beat just in terms of that.
We don't do that well currently.
Just do bottle service right now.
Right. And not only that, like, I think there's something to, like, when you walk in, you get to observe what everybody else is wearing, talking slang, you get to share, and then the DJ curates an experience for you that's a soundtrack to something, and it might expose you to one or two
and then just socially, like you talking to chicks that's listening to the same, all of that shit used to exist.
Now, like, going back to what you said about the festivals, like, with a lot of, I feel like a lot of outsiders, people who are outside that world don't understand when these people congregate and it's 100,000 of them. You have your incidents, but it's actually very rare.
Right.
Like, we seen what happened at Electric Zoo earlier this year.
But that's mostly drug related.
No, but I was gonna say
people you killed, just
stop. Man.
Stop, man.
Somebody died during my set. It happened. But seriously, like, there's events like, say, like a Hard Summer, or a Day of the Dead, or an Electric Forest, or even what was the joint they did in Atlanta? Tomorrow World.
Oh, okay. Where's Trilectro happen?
I don't know where that one happened.
Okay.
Trilectro was DC, I think.
DC, okay.
But no incidents. Right. No incidents. Right. You know what I mean? And
now people did die, but not because they got beat up.
They just got overdosed or whatever.
Right. But I'm gonna keep it 100. We do Summer Jam at MetLife. Electric, Zoo or Circus, one of those came through there.
Right.
Also, Kenny Chesney went through there.
Yeah, EDC happened there 2 years ago.
Right.
Is what it is.
So the people at MetLife Stadium, shout out to y'all. I don't know if y'all check out this program. They would rather do Summer Jam than them other two things.
Really? Why?
Because they feel like people are respectful at Summer Jam.
Really?
Right? They feel
because it's an institution?
I just think, honestly, people just want to have a good time, and they don't have opportunities like that. And the audience, it's not a weekly thing, it's an annual thing. Right. They go out there to celebrate that culture in New York. And I think, like Kenny Chesney, and these are, white people told me this. Kenny Chesney concerts, privileged white people, is some of the rudest, fightingest, drunkest, disrespectful.
But I'm surprised that MetLife is saying that, because usually people don't.
They welcome us back.
Wow.
I was at a Giants game the other week, so I went ahead. He was like, "Yo, can't wait for this year. What y'all got planned?" Like, they're excited. It's young people. It's multicultural. Right. It's a one-day thing. There's stars that come through. It's celebs out.
People are dressed up. I mean, they're there to have a good time.
Yeah,
they're not wearing camo tuxes though.
I mean, no.
That was wild.
People.
So you saw the camo tux last night?
It
was clean though. He was clean.
I'm gonna say no shots at Powerhouse, but Summer Jam is a motherfucking.
It's different.
It's different.
Yes.
I mean, me and Dallas.
New York institution.
Yeah, me and Dallas went last summer. Thank you for them tickets, man. In that whole area, man. How much did we drink, Dallas?
Oh, free. Y'all was in that area.
We was in that area. That shit was beautiful.
Drink
Thank
and
you, man.
eat. It was a whole like.
It was all you can eat free drinks.
It was.
Look at this man.
A lesser
man is a
man would have blacked out.
No, seriously. How many pieces of shrimp you wrapped up in a napkin and shoved in your pocket?
No, I was eating them. We wasn't putting them in the pocket. We was going. It was going straight to the mouth.
No, we wasn't beaching out.
Hey, yo.
I mean, at the same time too, you don't want to get bounced from something. You don't want to be that dude.
You don't.
Because the state police.
The pigs
out
in the
there
blanket.
The state police.
Pigs in the blanket was the shit.
You on that swine still living?
Man, it was hot dogs, man. It was man, swine. You got a problem with swine, black man?
Of course I do.
You Muslim?
Nah, my mother's Jewish.
Okay. Y'all don't eat swine at all?
I wasn't raised like that. Nah.
Okay.
You shrimp?
Yeah, of course.
But
so you carry the
eat the pigs of the sea?
I eat pigs of the sea.
Okay. Do you?
I'd rather eat pigs of the ocean bottom than I would pigs of your bottom.
So are you Jewish?
That's a pause. That's a pause.
Do you carry the Jewish faith?
That's a pause.
Nah, I don't practice.
Okay. So this is by habit.
But I'm down by law.
Okay.
I'm down by law.
The one thing I was gonna say.
So you're like Drake.
Yeah, me and Aubrey. Yeah.
Okay.
Lenny Kravitz, Aubrey.
Okay.
Oh, daughter Maitland.
She's Jewish?
half Jewish too. Yeah.
She's half
Her
Jewish?
mom's Jewish
Okay.
too.
Okay.
I'm like a quarter Jewish.
Stop, man.
I actually am, but I can't claim it because it's on my father's side.
Well, I'm half Cherokee, right?
Yo, my great grandmother's Cherokee.
Okay,
Why you laugh?
okay.
See?
No, we got Greenbergs in the family.
Let me wind this thing back,
can,
man.
Can I just say one thing?
Say one thing.
Back to my original point.
It's good to see you, Just Blaze.
Likewise, man. Talking about the festivals, what I was gonna say is what people are going there is not just to hear a Benny Benassi or whoever it is spin or me or any of these dudes. It's the collective experience of having everybody under one stage and the visuals that come along with it, and like you said, that experience. And even though you have hip hop parties or parties in New York where you play hip hop,
right,
there's no cultural experience that goes along with that.
Nah, it's
and I think that's one of the biggest things that actually is missing.
Right.
Like when we had a bit more prevalence in the marketplace overall, there were also places there were venues that complemented that. And with the disappearance of those venues, I feel like the culture has disappeared a bit.
But with the EDM, the reason why they go also, those type of parties, is to get fucked up. Yo, I went to raves back in 19...
But that's part of the culture, though.
But I'm talking about, listen, it's a difference.
You lived that
life.
life.
Was talking about,
you lived that trans life.
But in 91...
Yeah, to the side.
Listen, anybody who... I don't know how many people remember this, but
you
in 91...
wear shorts with suspenders?
Listen, I never wore that
Big
shit.
Big shoes, nigga?
I never wore that shit. This motherfucker, he wore his first pair of Jordans when he turned 40 years old, this motherfucker, okay? And he just started wearing camo pants. Don't listen.
Yo, stay on point, man.
Point I'm making is like people go to these EDM, these festivals, they get really fucked up. Sometimes I don't even pay attention what happened. I mean, like I said, I used to go to raves from 91 when they started Frankie Bones, Storm Rave. When back at Bay Parkway, 5,000 people. When people didn't know where they were going. But the whole point is it was just a different type of style. Like people go there, like you didn't know what the fuck was going on, you know.
But who doesn't go to a party in your words?
Fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
I go to parties get fucked up.
It's a different fucked up. Yeah, like.
But here's the argument though, and I'm throwing this back again to you, Ebro. What does it matter where a person is from if they're not generating good art?
But you can't say New York is not generating good art.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying
but you are saying that.
It no longer matters where someone comes from. It just matters that their art is good and relatable.
I think there's factors to the good art too. Conversation, like it is subjective. Right. Good art, first and foremost, was good to you, ain't good to me, and so it is hard to find something that everyone agrees on, and it's rare recently in New York that everyone has agreed on a particular artist. I think Joey Badass is as close as we could probably all agree in here because he has classic elements of a golden age,
and he's a new jack,
but he's still young,
right?
And he's got his social media thing, right? Maybe I don't know where you guys are at with what's the kid Bodega Bams, but a lot of the girl, a lot of girl, like in Action Bros, I got put on the Bodega Bams by girls that was fucking with hip hop. So I was like, hold up, let me pay attention to this because I feel like one of the ingredients besides the experience of hip hop that hip hop is missing is the sex appeal, right? You know, a lot of these rappers come out now, you look dirty and dusty. You sit around with your boys all day playing video games.
Smelling like dank.
And then you smell like weed, you look crazy, and then girls ain't fucking with you. So then you go to the parties, and it's a bunch of fucking dudes.
Hard leg session.
I'm not, my world ain't like that. I want to go where it's get fly. You know, and I don't dress up. And when I mean get fly, just like I want to talk to girls. And I want to hear music, and I might want to
grind up on them.
Yeah, something. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of the music being made right now is like dudes talking to dudes in a locker room. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying that's a New York aesthetic?
Right, and I think a part of the problem is a lot of the MCs that think they nice don't get pussy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or never had gotten some pussy, real pussy in their life. So they
New York rappers, y'all not getting pussy?
Yeah, they squares.
Damn.
You know
but I was mentioning that on the
New York rappers is not getting
on our
pussy.
last episode. I was mentioning exactly what he just said because I even think of like the days of like the whole Duckdown, like Dallas. We'll go to these events. We'll go to these events. Tim's, even with Sean P. Love you, brother. We'll go to these events and like there'll be no girls there.
See, I wasn't going to those joints. I was going to the joints where the chicks had
as
the
of
Timbs
right
on.
now, recently there was a Duckdown. There's hardly any girls there, and guys are still grabbing girls by, if there is, they're grabbing them by the arm. Come here, like let me talk to you.
Rapey?
You know, creepy. Like girls ain't, you know.
So, but one thing I wanted to say, because he literally touched right on the sect that I was about to. But even back then, that was like when Duckdown was in their prominence. That was 91, 92. Right. That part of what we consider a golden age, or 93 and 94. Right. But you had the balance to there, and I feel like
you had your gangster bitches in there.
Yeah,
but you also had Get Fly niggas 91, 92, and you had your, you had your on the block hustler rap, you had your swag fly rap, you had a balance. So I just think that there's ingredients. I think one of the biggest ingredients to being a superstar that's not counted for is that dudes gotta want to be you. If you're a male artist, dudes gotta want to be you, and girls gotta want to fuck you.
Right.
And if you're a female artist, girls gotta want to be you, and dudes gotta want to fuck you. That's the kind of like the simple, common. Because even somebody like a Big, who wasn't some light skinned fly Albie Shore nigga, he was still funny.
Yeah. He was still charming. Girls liked him.
He was
knew
funny.
how to make chicks laugh.
The music was melodic.
Right.
And he still had his punchlines. So while dudes were respecting for his rhymes and his punchlines, girls thought he was funny and cute and all this other shit. So he figured
and they
out.
could sing along with it. The girls could sing along.
Girl, ain't no girl thought he was cute. Bro.
No, personality wise.
Okay, I just want to clarify.
You know, girls.
I mean, they love Big, like God respect.
Girls thought Big was
Big.
cute,
right?
Because of his personality.
Okay,
not necessarily a.
I just want to clarify that internet.
That's probably girls that listen.
Hey,
listen, there's probably girls
shit on you. Yo, Ebro, but does it bother you though? Seriously, does it bother you that you're not seeing a thriving New York art culture in hip hop? You think so?
There's cats right now. We watching.
Like who you fucking with right now?
My favorite groups right now out of New York is probably the Bodega Bands, dude. I like the World's Fair kids out of Queens.
World's Fair is nice.
I like Action Bronson.
Of course.
I like, there's these kids. I don't even, their music, I like their videos.
Underachievers?
They're cool. They're cool. And Joey Badass, Pro Air, I like them dudes. They done some, I actually thought they was being lazy for a minute, but recently I've heard a couple of records out.
Black Dave, you fucking with Black Dave?
I'm not hip. What's that?
Black Dave, this kid from the Bronx. Black Dave.
Why everybody in the room?
I never heard of Black Dave either.
No,
This might be another one of them Korea Sean joints.
No,
Combat got us on Korea Sean
he
one time.
No. Hold up. Before y'all slander me.
Okay.
Black Dave is the truth. Black Dave is almost, you could look at him and you'd be like Joey Badass, but he's subliminally throwing some Public Enemy shit on there.
Oh, so it got a little social anger.
Little social shit, but he on the skateboard. Like I fucks with Black Dave.
He told us about this last episode.
Black Dave.
Last episode you told us about this. I thought that you were getting like it was an advertisement or something. Like that's what I thought.
You getting PC on this?
Nah, I just you know what? I get a good warm fuzzy feeling inside.
Are you his lawyer?
When I discover shit that I fuck with.
All right.
I mean, I'm still a fan like that.
Did your kids put you up on him?
No, somebody sent it to me.
His kids don't like rap music.
My kids like rap music. They don't.
Rap music.
They don't like the shit that like I like. They don't like the ratchet shit I like. They like Childish Gambino. Childish Gambino is God to them. I told you, man. They like that private school rap. Yeah,
I like private school rap. I'm a nerd, man. I like nerd rap.
So some of the other raps that you fuck with.
Right now, young cats that I really like. New York. I said World's Fair. I'm trying to think of somebody I'm leaving out that I really like. Oh, these dudes that somebody put me on to the other day, just last week. some weed smoking, titty grabbing, 40-ounce drinking.
Bitches is crazy.
Yes.
I seen this. I didn't see that shit.
Yeah.
BIC.
BIC.
They were up at the studio about a month ago, and I didn't know who they was. I just seen them, a bunch of dusty kids sitting outside the studio.
Smoking weed.
Yeah. And
Who is these niggas?
So,
Bitches is crazy.
Bitches is crazy. Smelling like dank. Are they getting pussy though?
No,
they are.
No,
they
bitches
are.
fuck with them. I could tell these type of niggas bitches fuck with.
Yep. And I went upstairs, and all of a sudden, like 20 minutes later, they was in my lounge, and I'm like, yo, who are these dudes? And then who was it? Oh, Mike from Shady.
Yeah.
Was like, yo, you gotta watch this video. It's the kids that's sitting outside. He played this for me. It's the video where they're all getting high. They got the
girl. They playing with the girl's titties in the bedroom. They having like a house
exposed titties.
Party. Yes.
Topless.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
They getting pussy.
Yeah. They're getting it. They're getting it. The group is called Bitches is Crazy, and they're dope.
So you got hope then for New York, is what you're saying.
I love where we at right now. I love this. I love the fact that we started the minors versus major conversation. Everybody came for me. I love being the target. I'm all about that. Right. I'm loving the fact that I think cats need I gotta be the evil villain. Right.
And you enjoy that though. You like playing Dr. Narcisse.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
talking upliftment but selling people this heroin.
That's right.
Have you seen people's work ethic step up once you gave them the breakdown?
It's still early in the game because I think that there's talent and there's task, and some people have both, right? And some people just have task and not talent, but they work hard and get somewhere. I think that you have a lot of people out there who really don't know what it takes to be successful in this game. They like the sex appeal of it. They like the idea of it, right? But they're not necessarily prepared for the work of what it really is and the grind
behind
of
the
what
scenes,
it is. And the fact that you are entertaining. I think that that's a piece of it where it's like, nah, son, I'm keeping it real, son. Now you got to figure out why motherfuckers want to hang out with you.
Right.
Like if you want people to buy your music, come to your show, you have to be endearing. You have to have endearing qualities. You have to be. You have to play chess.
You gotta be a star.
You gotta be a star.
You said endearing and also engagement. Have you seen the engagement get increased?
I think the engagement's gotten increased, but I also think what we're gonna see too, and this is gonna be my favorite part because I've seen this in cities before, is you're gonna see these this first line of cats really start to pop. You know, Rocky's out there and everybody's discounting Rocky, like his music sound like it's from here, it's from there, it's from whatever.
But the kid is a star.
The kid is a star.
Like my wife loves Rocky, and I'm like, really?
And so now you're gonna get this next wave, right? Of whether it's Bams and them, or Bronson, or Flatbush, or Joey Badass. Let's see who really goes. And then you'll start to see cats start to hate on them, or you'll start to see a real separation again, where it's like, okay, these 4 or 5 are really going to be successful, and everyone else is going to lag behind, because they don't know where they fit in. Because just like any chessboard, right, which is what this is, everybody can't make the same move, right. So you gotta, once the chessboard is full, you either gotta wait for the next game, the next wave. You got to wait for somebody to be taken out so you can either take their position and move and take on their moves, or, you know what I mean? Like I think that's the part where cats aren't necessarily that strategic. And one thing I love about also these young cats is they're not, if you really pay attention, none of them dudes is bitching and moaning about what Trinidad had to say. They don't give a fuck. You know why? Because they're doing shows in fucking Toronto.
They're getting paid.
And Europe and fucking the Bay Area. And if you follow any of these groups, I follow them all on Instagram and Twitter to see they're out in the world being New York rap artists with their own followings, selling their merch, and putting on good shows, and that's all they care about. You know what I'm saying? So it's the motherfuckers sitting around once again, playing video games, smoking weed with their boys, no job, waiting on somebody to give them a motherfucking handout, which ain't gonna happen. Them is the niggas complaining.